So hey guys, my name is Ray, and today's the day that we will be reviewing episode 6 titled Beyond the Wall of season 7. And guys, it was insane. It was dope. I really enjoyed it. It had a lot of good stuff. But there were a couple of things that I did not like about it, and it seems to be that it was mostly my same problem that I've had with all of the season, which is they're kind of speeding things along, and when you do that, it tends to seem like the season is a bit rushed. And I have heard thoughts from other YouTubers and other creators and people in the community that have seen the episode, and I have similar thoughts on some things, but I do believe that a lot of people are being harsh on this episode in particular. For one, again, the timing. We see that Daenerys is in Dragonstone, Jon Snow is in Eastwatch. We see that a lot of the stuff that people are confused about, I think, is because they're looking at it the wrong way. So let's dig right into the Night King, right? I will be making a video on the Night King because I truly believe that the Night King, what happened here and Beyond the Wall, was a trap by the Night King, and I will get into that, like I said, in another video, because there are so many clues and cues to indicate to us that the Night King was waiting for that dragon. He was waiting for everything. He had already set up. I mean, he had chains. He has the ability to knock a dragon down from the sky, but yet he doesn't kill Jon Snow. Why? He has the ability to freeze, to bring the cold. That water should have frozen a day and a half ago, maybe, even if you're looking at it like to be long. So there are clues there, and I will be making a video on that soon. But I just wanted to talk about overall the review. I think that when people don't look at it that way, that it was a trap set by the Night King, I think that it kind of makes the episode suck a bit, because if you look at it as for what it was, he set a trap so that they would have to bring the dragons beyond the wall. It kind of helps the story a little bit. It's like he's aware of what's happening south of the wall, even though he's not there. And when you don't look at it that way, it kind of looks stupid. It's like, oh, why didn't the Night King just kill Drogon when Drogon was sitting down? Oh, why didn't he? Like I said, I have a lot of thoughts on that, and I hope you guys stay tuned for my video. If you haven't, be subscribed, because I have like a ton of notes from this episode. But that's one thing. Then you go for the whole mission. The whole mission to me was stupid because Cersei, like a lot of you guys have pointed out, the Mountain is a revived dead person, basically. He is a white. Another type of white, manufactured by Qyburn, but nonetheless, he is a dead person that was basically revived, or he is like a reanimated corpse in a way, or in a sense, right? So why would Cersei even care if you bring this in? It makes no sense. But I guess that's part of the story. That was the sexy story. But there's a lot in here, right? We do see that we basically lose Thoros of Myr. That's another thing. Why didn't they revive Thoros of Myr? If the Night King wanted to kill them, he could have revived Thoros of Myr as soon as he died. And before you guys even say, oh, he couldn't revive him because he's a priestess, a fire priest or whatever. He revived Drogon. Drogon is fire magic, right? Why did they burn him? Because it is possible. So the Night King wasn't very interested in killing them. He just wanted that dragon. He was waiting for it. And I think that there is a reason why he actually killed Viserion and not Drogon. If he would have killed Drogon, it probably would have been just to kill the others, because I believe that Dany's bond with Drogon is something huge there, and I think it might have something to do with the whole ice and fire thing of it all. But like I said, I'll make a video on that, so stay tuned for that. Another really dope thing that I really enjoyed in this was the development of Dany and Jon, right? Like Dany and Jon, I was one that I was totally against it. I was not shipping this Dany-Jon relationship because it was just weird. It felt corny. But then when you really look at the way that they've done it, I'm really impressed with the way that they developed and they progressed that relationship in like 4 episodes. I believe that they have the goods for each other, because while they are not subtle when they do it, they make it seem natural. Like, they give you that look, that, you know what I mean? Those eyes. So that's what they've been giving each other. So I totally 100% understand, and I enjoy it. I like it. I like the way that Dany is worried, and I like the way that Tyrion kind of brings up the whole succession thing, right? And Dany brings up so many times in this episode. Like, Dany brings it up twice, and Jon brings it up. They bring it up to Jon once, if you really look at it this way, that Jon Snow is going to pass Longclaw onto his children. That's one. And then you have Dany bringing up that she won't have children to Jon Snow at the ending. And I also believe with Tyrion, you know, that her children's situation, the situation that she won't have kids. When in the books, if you guys know, you know, I'm not gonna go into it because I don't want to spoil anybody. Dany might be, you know, on the up and up on having kids. But I 100% ship Jon and Dany now. I am totally 100% into it. Hopefully, you know, they you know, get together and have their happy ending. I mean, they seem like nice people, no? I'm just saying, they seem like nice people. So we see that all hell has broken down in Winterfell. We see that Sansa has received an invitation from Cersei, and she's like, hell no, let nobody ride your wave. Oh hell no, no, yeah, I got into the moment there. So all hell breaks out at Winterfell between Sansa and Arya, and it looks like World War III is about to go down, right? It looks like a civil war, a Stark civil war, the dance of the wolves all over the place. It's insane. And for some odd reason, I just can't help that there is something going on that we do not know or we aren't aware of. But I think that the only person that could bring this about is Bran, because Bran sees all. And I'm really interested in seeing the next episode because it's like an hour and a half, the next upcoming episode. I think it's like 80 something minutes or 81 minutes. So that is going to be interesting to see within itself. Like, I'm super hyped for that. But I do hope that in the upcoming episode, Bran steps in because it was just insane. Like, Arya and Sansa are not looking good. I do feel like Arya is trying to scare Sansa because she still holds resentment for past things, right? We saw that at least Sansa said, I'm sorry to Jon for how she treated him, and she acknowledged she was horrible. But we haven't gotten that moment with Arya and Sansa. And to be honest, Sansa was horrible when she was young. She was like, that she had that ego, always shitting on Arya and her other siblings. So I just feel that, you know, in a weird sense, Arya might want that. The same thing that Sansa gave to Jon, I think that Arya wants that back. You know, they never had each other's back like that. But I'm very interested in seeing what happens there. And let's move down to Dragonstone. In Dragonstone, we had a crazy, crazy turn of events. We see that Tyrion is kind of slipping with his command on Daenerys. Daenerys seems like she's not trusting Tyrion as much anymore. And she is kind of feeling Jon Snow, I think, to a certain extent that kind of makes her judgment a little bit cloudy. Because what Tyrion is telling her is true, right? If you die, there is no one to continue this vision, this world that you try to create, and then the whole world is screwed if you die. Because Tyrion really believes in Daenerys. But Daenerys wants Jon Snow, and Jon Snow is an idiot, and she says it. And it is a bit crazy because it seems like Tyrion is on the down with Daenerys, and it seems like Tyrion is not a fan of Daenerys's impulse reactions to things, right? She is very impulsive recently. She wants what she wants, and she gets what she gets. Like, she knows what she wants. She's not, you know what I mean, some pushover. And so far, Tyrion has kind of failed her in his decision making, right? And it seems like Daenerys has caught some really strong feelings for Jon Snow. We later see that when he returns and she's with him in the boat. And I'll get to that now, you know, within a minute. But I just feel that Tyrion is on the down and down, and it looks like Tyrion might betray Daenerys. I really believe that when it comes down to it, he will choose Jaime over the world. And I think that that's how it's going to end for Tyrion. Like, I don't know. That's what I've been getting the vibes of. But overall, I enjoyed the back and forth because it is true. Like I said earlier, she doesn't have an heir. They mentioned it twice for her and one for Jon Snow, his children. Twice her children. She mentions it that, you know, she lost her. Basically, she sees Viserion as one of her children. So it is interesting, and I hope to see where that goes down the future and down the line. Let me know. Do you guys think there's children in the future for Jon and Daenerys? I don't really buy into that 100% because I really didn't buy into Daenerys overall of Jon Snow, but I'm interested in seeing what you guys think on that. So let's move on to the scene with Daenerys and Jon Snow on the boat. Oh my God, she saw that he got stabbed for real. And it's interesting because I wanted to see Jon Snow without a shirt. And don't get me wrong, not like that. I don't want to see him. I want to see how his wounds are healing. Why? Because if you guys recall, George R. R. Martin's comments recently about the fire whites, it is something very interesting to me, right? We do see that Jon Snow does have the wounds. They seem to be healing, but they don't look... I mean, I'm pretty sure that they look as best scars like that should look, right? It doesn't look like they gave him stitches because those shits still look open, but they look kind of healed. I don't know what's going on there. I would hope to see maybe like a little bit more detail maybe or something to see if that is like completely healed, because we know that George said that Beric was a fire white. If he is indeed, and Jon Snow is a fire white as well, that might put a wrench in everybody's Dany and Jon Snow future plans. But like I said, they had a dope moment, very emotional. We saw that Benjen saved Jon Snow, put him on that horse. It was insane. It was really crazy. And I really enjoyed the moment. It was a nice moment, but it was stupid. It was like that Titanic, they don't fit on the door thing so that they could both save themselves, when they actually could have just ran on the horse away, because the Night King isn't thinking about Jon Snow. He wants that dragon. He had numerous attempts at killing Jon Snow if he would have wanted him, and he didn't, right? So he knows what he wanted. He wanted those dragons. It was funny that Benjen stayed and died. I've heard people say that he could have been the white that they would have taken to King's Landing, and that could have been it, right? They could have just taken him on the white, but no. I mean, that's Game of Thrones logic for you. Let's look into this whole ice dragon thing of it all, right? The ice dragon thing, or the revived Viserion, is interesting because we see that the Night King has a bunch of dead people, a bunch of dead forms of living, polar bears, giants, humans, maybe like winter rabbits or something, I don't know. He has everything that has legs, limbs, and can kill, revived, and it's going to be insane. But I'm very interested in seeing this, guys. I'm interested in seeing how easy it'll be to pick off those dragons once he has another dragon, because he could just be like foof and just like knock down the dragon off of him while him on Viserion. Like he killed it so easily, and it was just so violent. Like I've never seen a death of anything so violent, maybe since like the mountain killed his horse in season 1 at the tourney. Like it was violent as fuck. And then like that screech that dragon does, it was insane. It gave me even chills, even though I knew it was going to happen. But the Night King seems like he's well prepared and he's on his way. And I'm interested, guys, in seeing what you guys think. Now, overall, what would I give this episode? I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. I don't think this is a GOAT episode, like one of the greatest of all times. No, I don't think that it's that good. I think it was a good episode. I think it was entertaining, and I liked it. Don't get me wrong, I liked it. But there was a couple of things that kind of bummed me off a bit, like I guess the timing, the spacing of it all. I think that this episode could have been split maybe even into 2 episodes, like 2 decent sized episodes. I mean, they could have made it Beyond the Wall last episode, taken a few, like a journey, you know, Thoros gotten hurt or something, and then they could have had the conclusion of this episode, and it would have been great for me anyways. But it was an okay episode. I'll probably give it like an 8, you know, because I think it was a good episode. I don't think it was the best episode ever. I still think Hardhome was better, and just the surprise of Hardhome was insane to me, you know. But I do give it an 8 because we did have a lot of good dialogue Beyond the Wall with characters that you never would have thought. I mean, Gendry had a bunch of funny moments. Beric and Thoros, even the Hound, he was kissed by fire. That was hilarious. I really enjoyed it. And there was a bunch of funny stuff in this episode. So I'll give it like an 8. I really enjoyed it. It was a fun popcorn type movie looking series, right? So I'll take it for what it is. I'm interested in seeing how they're going to close the season out, because I think that any other season, Viserion being revived would have ended that season. But I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen in the upcoming episode. It's going to be like an hour and 20 minutes, I believe. So it's going to be insane. I'm super hyped. It was dope. And I'm super excited. Remember, guys, I will have another video out for you guys tomorrow, or maybe even later on, maybe a double upload. I don't know. Let's see how this video does. If you liked it, remember to drop a like. Remember to subscribe. Hit that notification button. And if you guys didn't see, you guys could check out my previous video. It was a live stream. I had people calling into the channel, and I had like conversations with them. It was super fun, and I'm going to be doing that again next Saturday, possibly with Amelia. So if you guys don't know, you can check my streams out on Saturday, and I probably might do another stream midweek this week because I have so much to get off my chest. But as always, guys, it's a true pleasure. My name is Ray, and peace.